Hello, everybody. Uh, I'm here with my review of The Cabin in the Woods. I just saw it today, and I had heard a lot of hype about it and about how it's a game changer. And I was like, okay, this sounds interesting. It's supposed to be the new Scream. Honestly, I think it's a lot better than Scream was. Scream to me, I've seen every Scream film, and to me at least, they never really did anything for me. The only Scream film I really enjoyed was Scream 2. Scream 1 it was okay. It was good for what it was, but I didn't think it was as amazing and as people thought it was. Scream 2 was great, though. That was a fun film. Scream 3 was bad, and Scream 4 was just about as good as the first Scream was, maybe a little less. So, yeah, what is Cabin in the Woods about? Five college kids go crash at a cabin and are slowly killed off one by one. You know, that's pretty much the story. But it's also not the story. There's a lot more to it than that. And I'm not going to go much more into it because I don't want to spoil too much for the people that are going to see the film. Because the less you know, the more you're going to enjoy it. I knew quite a bit about it when I went into it because I read reviews and such. So I kind of knew some of the twists, but the big twists in the film, the big ones, I still had no idea about, and they're pretty good. They're gonna it'll shock you the places this film goes. You won't see it coming. It's amazing. It's so good. It redefines horror films and the way we view or watch horror films, and I don't want to say anything else. I really don't want to ruin this film for anybody, but it'll create a lot of discussions amongst horror fans and non-horror fans and exactly what the film means and how important this film really is. Is it really going to be an important film? Does it really change the face of horror? What those kind of discussions, and that I think those are very important discussions that this film deserves to have. This film deserves to be talked about because there are many interesting themes and ideas in this film that are worth discussing, more than worth your time discussing. They're great ideas, and I love them. um yeah, I think that's actually the extent of my review. Honestly, maybe let's see, what else can I talk about. The director and the writer. Drew Goddard helped write it. Joss Whedon was the main writer, and I think you all know who he is. He did Firefly, and he's doing the Avengers. He's a great comic guy. I think he's good. He's great, Joss Whedon. And Drew Goddard wrote Cloverfield, which was another great film. So he's got some great cred behind his name. And they both do a really great job here. And Drew Goddard as the director is fantastic as well. Um, my favorite character is the stoner. Not gonna say much else, but when you see the film, you'll probably figure out why he is my favorite character. He's not exactly your typical stoner. These aren't your typical. God, these aren't your typical stereotypes. And that's all I want to say. They're not your typical stereotypes in this film, and you'll see what I mean when you watch the film. It's everything is explained. Well, most everything is explained, and they leave enough to your imagination so that you can kind of draw in the blanks for yourself, which is great. It's really fun, clever, original, creative, and different horror film, and that's what I love about it. The fact that it's original, the fact that it's clever, and the fact that it's very, 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 very different from any other horror film you're going to be seeing in the next few years, and that makes it absolutely tops. And I'm gonna say it's a must see. So on a scale of 10 out of 10, honestly, I'm giving it a 10 because for most of the film, it's I was like, okay, this is a good horror film. I can see why people like this. It's not really scary. It doesn't need to be scary though. It doesn't need to. In fact, one of the great things about the horror film is that the kind of fear that's generated is generated by the fact that you genuinely like these characters. You don't want to see any of them die. And so when it comes time for some of them to die, you are kind of freaking out a little bit. No, 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 I don't want this person to die. No. You know, and they're actually legit characters. They're not. They're legit characters. That's all I can say. They are real characters. They have depth and believability to them, and we are given time to form bonds with these characters. Some characters you like more than others, of course, and but at the same time, while you may not necessarily like a character as much as another one, the character is still likable, and you still don't want to see any of them die, which is fantastic. And when they do die, the deaths have legit weight to them. You know, they're not just, oh, this person died, whatever, I don't care. They have weight to them, and you will care when a person dies, which is another great thing about the film. What else is there to say? Yeah, see it. Definitely. Whenever you can, see the see the film. This review I've done is a lot less spoilery than the written review I did, so maybe this would be the review to check out instead of the written review. And even then, the written review is not as spoilery as I could have made it, because I really did want to have a really long discussion about it. In fact, I did have a really long discussion with my friend I saw it with after I saw the film, and it was really long and really interesting. And I realized this is what I love about this film: the fact that it generates these really great discussions, and you will definitely be talking about it with whoever you saw it with, or whoever has seen it. You'll definitely be going up to them saying, "What did you think about this? What did you think about this? What do you think this meant?" It's great. It's really is. I know I've said that several times in the review, but really words cannot express how just amazing this film is, especially the ending, which is just gonna blow you away. Because for most of the film, I was like, well, this is pretty good, but I kind of wanted more. And then the film basically stands up and like, oh, you wanted more? Okay, well, here you go. And just, whoa. Blows you away. Great film. Sorry about repeating that several times, but it is. It really is a game changer. And yeah, so once again, Cabin in the Woods, definitely worth your time, definitely worth your money, definitely worth discussing and talking about after you see it. Just don't spoil anything for people that haven't seen it, because that's not nice. you know. So yeah, my review would be out of 10 stars, I give it 10, which is very rare, but yeah, it's definitely a 10-star film. Out of 5 stars, I give it 5. So yeah, it's just about perfect, and it's definitely, I don't like saying this because it's really a bold statement to make, but it's definitely the best horror film you're going to see in a very long time because of how different and creative and clever it is. So yeah, see it and talk about it. Until next time, later.